In this video, I'm gonna give you 12 tips on how to survive the early Superstore period in solos, duos, trios or quads. If you find this useful, I'd appreciate a sub and maybe comment something. My first tip for you is to always have a clear loot path and to always know your loot path. I normally always head towards the back window and head right straight towards normally an AR or a supply chest, as you can see in the gameplay, and then you just gotta clear off whatever player just landed with you off spawn. If he gets the gun first though, you're gonna have to adjust and like pistol him to death or just run away. My second tip for you is really important. It's to turn on a setting called Contextual tab. This allows you to get weapons when you land at Superstore first, before your enemies, and not die of spawn. You may have heard about it before. It just allows you to tap a button to use the weapon instead of holding it, which saves way more time. For my third tip, in Superstore everyone's going to be camping or around the corner, and you're going to pick some super close range fights, and you're gonna need a close range gun like an SMG or an AR. Like, I guess at first if you get a sniper or an LMG, you can use that to clear out anyone near you at first, but then you're gonna want to go find an SMG or an AR. Then my fourth tip for you is to always armor up before fighting, like anywhere, not just Superstore. Well, I guess if they're cracked you can chase them down and just like down them, but always find an armor and a good gun before chasing down people and hunting them, even if you're playing solos or trios. Next tip, always avoid tactical sprinting in Superstore. Like, people are always lurking around corners and camping, and it's going to take you so long to get out of your sprint and actually shoot at them. Especially if you have like an LMG, you might as well consider yourself dead. Tip number 6 is a really useful one. It's to like use the red dots on the map that come up. Like, use them, they're really useful. Like, when someone drops in Superstore for the first time, they're gonna get a gun without a suppressor, so keep that spot in your mind and play accordingly. Another tip I have is, like, if you're in a gunfight where you're literally just face to face, do not stand still. Like do anything, like crouch and not crouch, move side to side, like slide. Just don't stand still so that they can shoot you. And also, if you know someone's like behind a corner and they're like camping, they just mounted their gun and they're just waiting for you, I would normally like just make a big jump with the gun pointed towards them and then just aim down sight and shoot them. That normally works for me. Another tip, always use cover to its optimum. Like, don't take gunfights when you're like in the middle of an open area. Always know the cover around you and like use it when you're in solo or trios or quads gunfight. Tip number 9, if you see a heartbeat sensor, pick it. Heartbeat sensors are OP in Superstore because everyone's like so close, or everyone's like behind corners and shit. If you're playing quads or trios, always have like one person carry a heartbeat sensor and always stick together when you're playing group games. This tip is about an OP field upgrade that you normally find lying around in Superstore that is really useful in some situations. In this gameplay I used the dead silence to sneak up the stairs and kill the guy, which was really overpowered because he would have heard me otherwise, so pick it up if you see it. Next tip, people always normally land at teams in Superstore if you're playing duos, trios or squads, so finishing down players is pretty necessary because down players are giving recon and information about the player that killed them to their teammates, and I would say that you should do the same if you're downed. Tip number 11, if you crack someone, and you'll know if you crack someone because of the blue icon that shows up on your screen, push them, especially in solos because it's an easy kill. The last tip of the video, tip number 12, it's also about recon. There's an upper level to Superstore, not sure if you know it. If you know someone's near you or just in Superstore, I'd say you get up onto that level because it has a pretty good view of the whole thing and you can probably see where they are. Alright, that's it to this tips video on how to like survive the early superstore. If this video is useful in any way, I would appreciate a sub.